everybody. My name is Sam Kofer. I'm a realtor with Exit Right Realty, and I'm here today with Aaron Hargrove of CTHI Home Inspections. What we're trying to do is we're trying to give you guys information about the home buying process and what's information from real estate industry professionals and bring it directly to your computer screen or your phone screen. So Aaron, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Sam. Thanks for asking, and I want to thank you for hosting this. This is wonderful, man.
Awesome, man. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your time. So Aaron, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sam, I've been out here doing home inspections for about 30 years now, and in Certified Termite Home Inspection Company, we've been in business for a little over 30, and inspections for buyers and for sellers. The home inspection process just lets folks know the current condition of the property at the time of the inspection, be it electrical, plumbing, HVAC, structural conditions, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I know that when I'm representing buyers, we always suggest that they have a home inspection. I kind of say that it's almost like looking under the hood of a house to be able to kind of find out what you're getting as far as the structure is concerned, the electrical, etc. How did you get into home inspections, Aaron?
I've always been in the construction field. I dabbled and dabbled a little bit with architectural drafting and stuff back in high school, and had an interest and just always was fascinated about houses. And through being in the construction industry, we always had to rely on inspectors to inspect the work, and it just sparked my interest.
So let me ask you this: what made you choose CTHI? You said CTHI has been in the business for about 30 years. What made you choose CTHI?
That's a good question. I'm glad you asked that question. I was doing home inspections, and Cliff Risby, the owner of CTHI, was doing termite inspections with the desire to do home inspections as well. And him and I came together and sort of merged the business, and I came up underneath his umbrella. And that's how it all got started. So we decided to just merge the businesses, and that's what it's been ever since and stuff. Cliff is the owner of CTHI.
Awesome, awesome. And you guys have done some home inspections for me, which I greatly appreciate. In fact, we just did one recently down in Waldorf, Maryland. So I appreciate you guys and what you guys have been doing. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Why are home inspections important to the real estate transaction from your perspective?
The home inspection is really the first time that the buyer has a chance to just sort of sit with the house and fully understand the current conditions of the properties. Sure. Up until the time that the home inspection starts, the buyer has been out previewing a lot of houses, filling out contracts and looking online at pictures. And you can have a good analogy. The home inspection is like checking underneath the hood of the car. You would look at the home inspector the same way you look at an automobile mechanic if you were going to buy a car. And the automobile mechanic is going to tell you everything that's going on with that car. Now, it's not the home inspector's responsibility to say who will be responsible for repairing or replacing any of the defects or deficiencies that they find. Right. They're just there as a third-party independent inspector to just report on the current condition of the property at the time of the inspection only. We're not going to suggest whether or not the buyer buys a house or not, because their motivation to buy may be different than what the home inspector's motivation would be if they were going to buy the house. Right. So we leave that up to professionals like yourself, Sam, to go back after you get the report, because we also don't have access to the buyer's if it's a contract that allows the seller to make repairs. Right. And these are the type of things that only the real estate professional, the licensed real estate agent, broker can sit down and go over with the buyer. But it's an informed opportunity for the buyer to understand everything that's taking place in the house, and also pick up some really good maintenance tips and suggestions on how to maintain this house.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let me ask you this. You've been in the business for 30 years. What types of things have you found during a home inspection?
There's a lot of things that come up, Sam. Oftentimes, especially in our area, you get a lot of houses in the Washington metropolitan area that are renovated. Most of the houses that we inspect are previously owned houses. Although there are a lot of new construction going up around the counties, most of the houses are just renovated and resold, or previously owned and sellers are living in the house still, or they just fixed the house up. So I often, just ask the buyers to look at the home inspector the same way they would look at the editor of a book. Every good author needs a good editor. And sellers will usually do a pretty decent job on getting houses ready for resale. But sometimes defects and deficiencies come up that they're not aware of.
Right.
And you have to have it. And these type of things are revealed during the home inspection. So we find electrical problems. Oftentimes sellers will renovate a house and they don't get the electrical done to standards, or plumbing defects and deficiencies exist, or worse than that, structural defects and deficiencies exist that they didn't know about. And I would beg to say that 90% of the defects and deficiencies that we find are revealed. But most sellers have good intentions when they put their house on the market to be sold. They're just not aware of the items that we're finding. But we find roof problems. We've had instances where the sellers didn't know that their roof had shingles missing and it was leaking into the attic, or structural problems in the basement, or mold was growing and they didn't have any idea of it, or radon. We also do radon gas in the Earth's surface. And the only way you're going to know whether or not the house has any high levels of radon, which is the second leading cause of lung cancer, is if you have a test for radon.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Let me ask you this, Aaron. We know that it's important for buyers to have a home inspection, but should sellers have home inspections as well? Why or why not?
Traditionally, in our industry, it's the buyer who's having the home inspection done. Most sellers don't have the inspection done. We get a lot of investors, though, who are buying, renovating, and reselling houses.
Sure.
And they call us all the time because if they have a draw inspection tied into their contractor's work performance, they'll call us out before they pay the contractor to make sure the work that the contractor was contracted to do has been corrected to standards. Sometimes we get sellers who they want to know what kind of condition their house is in, because the last thing they want to do is put it on the market and have the buyer come and find a litany of defects and deficiencies that could have been corrected if they were just knowledgeable of it. And there's an old saying in the industry, most sellers are either going to correct the defects and deficiencies now, or they're going to correct them later. But most of the time, the defects, deficiencies get corrected. So if this finds out on the front end what the defects and deficiencies are, the house will show better. And we've also had sellers who do call us to have the inspection done on the front end. They will take our home inspection report, along with any repair estimates, make that part of the disclosures that they provide to any prospective purchaser. And it relieves a little bit of the buyer's anxiety, because they know that the property was inspected by a licensed inspection company, and the seller will have repair estimates showing the defects, deficiencies that were corrected. And it does relieve a lot of the buyer's anxiety about the house. And sometimes the buyers even remove the home inspection contingency because they'll recognize the company that did the inspection.
And you mentioned that it's important to have a good reputation as a home inspector, you know, when doing these, because people are spending a lot of money to purchase a home. And, you know, there have been a lot of horror stories where people, you know, they might have purchased a home without a home inspection, which I do not advise. I advise you get a home inspection, whether the house is great or not. Let me ask you one more question. New home builds, new builds.
Yeah.
People take for granted that, you know, well, this is a brand new house. It shouldn't have any problems. Would you still suggest doing a home inspection outside of the builder's home inspection? Would you still suggest that?
Absolutely, Sam. In addition to doing the final inspection once the house is completely built, if you're having a home built, there's two inspections that should take place. One is a pre-closing inspection before the builder closes up all the walls, but the house is completely insulated, all your plumbing, mechanical, and electrical components all roughed in, the roof is on. Sometimes the siding's even on the outside of the house. And then you come back and you do a final inspection after everything is built. And this is important because we've done new home construction inspections and found over 48 builder defects and deficiencies that's existed. And so it's not uncommon to find builder defects and deficiencies. And the builders do a really good job on getting the house ready for sale.
Sure.
But just sometimes having that second set of eyes, looking at the property, giving you a second opinion on the current condition of the property helps a lot. And oftentimes it's things that the builder didn't even know existed and stuff. And the builders like that because most builders, when they find something that's been brought to their attention, it makes them a better builder on the next property that they build and stuff.
Awesome.
So that's a good question.
Awesome.
And one thing that even on previously owned houses, when we find defects and deficiencies, oftentimes the buyers will hire us to come back and do what's called a re-inspection to make sure that all the defects and deficiencies that were noted on the home inspection report were corrected to standards and stuff.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. Well, look, Aaron, I know you got another inspection you got to do today. We're not going to hold you too long, but let me ask you one more question. How can people reach you guys? You know, what's the best way to reach CTHI?
You can feel free to contact us directly at 301-899-8955. Or you can even learn more information about us on our website, CTHIinspectors.com. And also they can contact you, Sam, and you have direct contact information to us. And you can get the meeting going if they just have questions or want to know more about the process and stuff.
Awesome. Awesome. I'll be sure to put that information up at the end of the video. Well, look, I appreciate you, Aaron, man, and be safe out there. And, you know, we'll be looking forward to working with you again and getting some more purchases into new homes.
Okay. Thank you, Sam. And
thank you, Aaron. Have a great day.
You as well. Bye-bye.